Hi, everyone. This is Angela Dumas, and I am speaking to a colleague and friend of mine, Michelle Gambra. And I'd like to introduce her a little bit. Let's find out what you do, and we'll talk about how we met and go from there. How are you today?
Sure. Good. I'm happy to be here. Hi, everybody. My name is Michelle, and I am a wellness coach. I do specializing in self-care, people who've had burnout and tried many different avenues to heal. I've spent probably the last 20 years personally in nutrition, eating healthy, and then I would say the last 10 acquiring certifications, going to school and working in that field as a coach. So, and then I gained other certifications, the like hair mineral analysis and personal training. So, and life coaching. So, collectively, I can work with people in many different ways that helps them in their well being.
Mhm. Yes, and that is actually how I found her because I was going through some very tough challenges physically in my health. And I didn't even remember I had signed up to have a consultation with her for the nutritional aspects. And she called me, and the next thing you know, we have been kind of hanging out in one way or another. So she helped me for 4 years. I've been with you now.
Mhm.
Yeah,
4.5. Yep.
yeah, almost four. That's exactly right. 4.5 years. Doing the nutritional aspects, eating correctly, getting my minerals balanced, using the hair
Mhm.
mineral tests to that really helped me because well, I guess I was really, really, really sick. So I'll say that. And
Mhm.
I was doing all the inner work, and I just needed that other side of the support. And that really helped me a lot. So I did not, having had a history of being a nutrition as an acupuncturist, um, the nutritional aspects that you, Michelle, have brought to the table are it was a whole new level. It's a very deep level, especially when it
Mhm.
comes to minerals and stuff like that, and how your body can naturally eliminate them. So I came to you for that. And then you've been in some transitions. When I got
Yeah.
healthier and better,
Yeah.
how
I know.
did it go for you?
It's been great, because we developed a friendship and you do coaching yourself. And I started to go through many different kinds of transition personally in the past year professionally, even changing where I live. Whatever you name it, I went through a lot of changes. And
Hmm.
so it just kind of worked out. I was looking to have coaching myself, through this. And so I knew what Angela did. And so we connected and decided to work together. The roles change differently.
Sometimes when we go through really tough transitions, you went through a period of a lot of changes very quickly. And because of your work within the nutritional aspects and cleaning the body and being self-aware, caring for yourself, and also doing work, had you ever done private work with anyone before?
No, I haven't done private work with people, but I've read a lot of books and done a lot of work in the area of consciousness and
Yeah.
letting go and things like that. So I was very familiar with that. It seems like every time I move into a teacher sort of through their teachings, then I get everything and then I'd have to move on to somebody else. But I couldn't find anybody that I really wanted to work with where I was at. But I knew that you had done the things that I was working with on my own through reading and stuff. So it just made sense that I come to you to do this.
Yeah. So I remember that as we went through this, we just went through like about a 4 month thing
Mhm.
specifically for some big stuff,
Mhm.
moves, homes, relationships, maybe even business, some trauma that happened to the pooches, the dogs. Um,
Mhm.
that were very surprising, and without having to get into them unless you want to. I mean, you can. You noticed some things right away about how you were shifting, even though you've done this other work, right? So what could you remember a few of those things where you really felt the shift, or you experienced some big stuff quickly?
Yes, yes. I felt like us working together, I was able to move through everything at such a speed
Mm.
that was quite shocking, quite frankly, and I think it was the combination of both of us working together with your guidance. And so I really enjoyed that aspect of it because I was able to have somebody, guide me, as you said, guide me through it. And so I felt like I was able to just kind of like work through this stuff very rapidly.
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you had a very traumatic event with the dogs, and
Mhm.
you moved through that within 10 days. I mean, most people would have been like freaked out for months and months and months. Within 10 days, you were shifting, and well, actually, you started shifting right away, but to have a market change. Um, and that then propelled you into being ready to do this new house thing, right? And that was
Yeah.
like Shazam, right?
I know. And and I'll get into it a little bit. My pooches and I, you can see them in the back there
They're very
wrestling,
happy.
two chihuahuas. And we were on a walk. We were renting in this condo area and had taken this walk probably 2, 3 times a day, every day for months. I would say 5 months. And then one day we're walking in the early morning, and this woman comes out with a big Doberman, 120-pound Doberman, and she didn't have, it was a very flimsy type leash. It wasn't suitable for a big dog. And I could see the dog running and the leash just like she didn't have the dog. So as the dog's coming down the grass, I really couldn't do anything. So I swung my dogs behind me, but the black one, she's very protective. And I think she thought the dog was coming after me. So she came up behind the dog and then, neck and dog's mouth. And it was very traumatic because it was right there in front of my face. You see your baby in the jaws of this big dog, and I'm screaming, and it was really horrifying actually. And thank God, she got out of the dog's mouth, started running, the other dog took off running, and I took off running, and thankfully the owners got their dog by then and it didn't chase us.
Mm.
But it was, to me, it was very, very traumatic. I mean, my adrenals, everything, I felt powerless. And because I'm the type of person that's extremely sensitive to other energy and feelings of other beings, I felt this enormous pain because I'm feeling the terror and the pain of the dogs plus me. So it was extremely overwhelming.
Mm-hmm. And we had a session right
Mm-hmm.
away. You were able to calm down, and
Mm-hmm.
you actually didn't need a huge, some people need a lot of in between, like mini
Mm-hmm.
sessions. You really didn't need much. I mean, there was just a few things, but before you know it, you're like, oh yeah, I'm buying this house. And it was like a
Yeah.
perfect house for you. It could not have been better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's just an example too of that, sometimes really horrible things happen, but they kind of open your eyes. It opened my eyes that, it's time to buy a house. I was
Yeah.
just kind of in transition, renting, kind of moving, going through, a separation and divorce. And it was to that point that it was kind of forcing me to get a house. And in this market, I was a little resistant because I was in a good situation renting from a family member. So I was saving a lot of money.
Hmm.
And but I was able to get a good deal through new home builders, so I didn't have to pay a high. Everything just kind of lined up after that. Like it was just really perfect. Everything went smoothly. It's almost like the dog was a sacrifice to move to us having this wonderful place that we have. They have a huge backyard. They love it. I just see them rolling in the grass and they're very happy. They're very safe.
Yeah. And also,
But
getting
working with you to help me get through that.
Mm. Yeah, you kept saying, I can't believe I'm like sleeping better. There was a couple of things that were pretty major shifts for you, especially around your relationship. You were ending a relationship, and then some people would get really stuck in the way that sometimes that relationships unfold. And you
Mhm.
just seem to get more and more clear. You had one little upsetness. We worked it through within an hour, and you
Mhm.
just became settled because we worked with your authority. Feel free to join Michelle and I as we continue our conversation about her inner authority. If you'd like to learn more about Michelle, go ahead and check her out in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and love to hear any questions from you or comments. I will see you soon. Bye.